Hey guys, BreakWizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're talking all about clone troopers and how to build a clone trooper army for the most cost-effective way for folks of all budgets. So, clone trooper armies have been around for years and everyone loves to build them up. However, it definitely does get pricey. So in this video we're going to be talking about the certain clone troopers, and we're going to be talking about what is the cheapest and most cost-effective way to get these in certain quantities and build up armies. Now, yes, there are a ton of different variants and types of clone troopers, so this video is going to be limited to 5 main clone trooper variants. We have on the left the Clone Wars clone, a new Phase 1, original Phase 1, new Phase 2, and original Phase 2 clone troopers. So these are the 5 we're going to be focusing on in this video. So basically what we're going to do is for each of these split them up into 3 categories. The sets they come in and how you can buy them through sets, buying the minifigures individually, and then piecing together each of the minifigures. That's where you end up going ahead and buying the torso separately, the legs separately, the head separately, and the body, and the helmet, and then you add the price up, and that comes out to a certain price per trooper. So those are the 3 ways how you can buy them through sets, buying the minifigure individually, and piecing them together. And we're going to go ahead and determine what is the cheapest and cost-effective way for these. Now, all these prices, if you're wondering how they are calculated, all the prices are from bricklink.com, and of course, there are certain troopers that, are super cheap, yet only offered in single quantities. So the way the pricing works is we're going to be doing the cheapest used condition for these figures, but there has to be a minimum of at least 5 troopers. So we're going to do each of the prices for this video for the minifigures and piecing together bit. They're going to be based on the cheapest you can find these figures in a quantity of at least 5 in the United States. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started and take a look first off at the original Phase 1 clone trooper. Alright, so the first figure we have here is the Phase 1 clone trooper from 2002 through 2003. This figure came out in 2 sets, the ATTE 4482 and the Republic Gunship 7163. Both of those sets obviously go for anywhere from $90 to $120 used, so definitely not the best way to pick them up in terms of building up an army. In terms of the minifigures, the minimum, the cheapest it costs for a quantity of 5 is $5.60 for these clone troopers. And finally, in terms of piecing together the trooper, we have the torso, which for a minimum quantity of 5 goes for $1.38. The legs for a minimum quantity of 5, 20 cents. 15 cents for a head, and the helmet for $4.47 for a minimum quantity of 5, coming out to a total of $6.20. So, in this case, obviously, the minifigure route is the best way to go to build up an army of these, as it costs $5.60, which is cheaper than the piecing together option of $6.20. So there we have a look at the Phase 1 clone trooper. Next off, we have the updated version of the Phase 1 clone trooper. He has come out in 1 set, which is the 75206 Jedi and Clone Troopers Battle Pack, and that set goes for anywhere from $4 to $13. Its original retail price was $15. You can easily find it for $13, and even on clearance for as much as $4. In terms of the build, again, set includes 2 other figures as well as about 80 or so extra parts. If you were able to sell those, you would easily get about $4 or so for those parts and other minifigures. $4 to $6, I would say. And if you were to take that price out from the original 12, that would come out to $6 for those 2 clones, making it about $3 per clone if you were to sell everything else in the battle pack, and you got the battle pack for $12. So that's definitely a great deal, $3 for each of those. However, if you can find this on clearance for even $4, sell the parts for $6, you make a profit of $2. So if you can find it on clearance, obviously that would be the best way to go. But even if you can get it at $12 and sell the other parts and figs, you could still get them for about $3 each, which is again a solid deal. In terms of the minifigure option, so the cheapest for a quantity of 5 is $4. So that's again a pretty fair deal. Again, this is for a minimum quantity of 5. And then finally, piecing together the figure. Again, so from now on, everything I'm saying for prices are going to be a minimum quantity of 5. So I'm not going to state that, I'll just state the prices. But in terms of the torso, it's $1.28. The legs are $2.28. The head is 50 cents. And the helmet is $1.57. So that is the price, and that comes out to $5.63 if you were to piece together the Phase 1 Clone Trooper. So overall, $5.63 for piecing it together. The battle pack, you can even make anywhere from $3 to even a $2 profit off these. And then finally, the minifigure option being $4. So as if now the set is the best way to go to pick these up and build up your army. However, because the set is retiring soon when this video is being filmed, eventually I definitely feel that the minifigure option will eventually become cheaper. But there is a look at the new Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Next off, we have the Clone Wars Clone Trooper. He came out from 2005 or 2008 all the way to, I believe, around 2010, 2011. He's come out in, I believe, 11 or 12 sets, so quite a few, and I'm not going to go ahead and name all those out. However, because all those sets are retired, the set route definitely not the best way to go, but as all of those are at least a minimum of $20 for the cheapest set you can get them in. So definitely not worth it. In terms of going the individual minifigure route, you can get them for $3.75 each. And then finally, piecing together, 68 cents for the torso, 20 cents for the legs, 78 cents for the head, and $1.88 for the helmet, coming out to $3.54 if you were to piece him together. So out of all three of those, yes, the piecing together option is the cheapest for, again, that minimum quantity of 5 at $3.54 compared to the $3.75 you would be paying if you were to get this through buying the individual minifigures. So there's a look at the Clone Wars clone. Now let's go ahead and move on to Phase 2. Alright, and next off we have the old Phase 2 Clone Trooper. He's come out in a variety of sets, the highlights being the Clone Troopers Battle Pack from 2007, as well as the Clone Turbo Tank in 2005. So, once again, because all those sets are retired, the set option would not be the best way to go, as all those sets have increased quite a bit in value. In terms of buying these individually, the cheapest you can pick these up for a minimum quantity of 5 are $3.75 each. And then in terms of piecing together the figure, the torso goes for about $1.38, 20 cents for the legs, 15 cents for the head, and 75 cents for the helmet, coming out to $2.48. So there you go, a no-brainer. $2.48. Piecing together is the best way to go if you want to collect an army of these figures. Again, the minifigure option is $3.75 versus $2.48 if you were to piece all the parts together. Some of these figs you can really get for cheaper prices, which is definitely seen here with this Clone Trooper. I myself did it. I got about 30 of these for about $2.20 on average each. All the ones you see here are all pieced together. So definitely, if you can, that would be a really good route to go. So there we have the old Phase 2 Clone Trooper. And finally, my favorite of all these Clone Troopers, the new Phase 2 Clone Trooper. He came out in one set, which was the Microfighter Clone Turbo Tank in 2014. That said, goes for about $14. If you were to sell all the parts, you'd probably be able to make $3 off it. So about $11 for the figure after you've sold the parts. In terms of the minifigures, now this is one that's very difficult to build an army of, as there are not many people that have these figures for in quantities. So I was able to find a person who had 2 of them for $10 each. Everyone else has either 1 or 2 of these figures for the most part. I believe there's one who has 6 or 7, but his asking price is way too high, double, triple the amount they usually go for, so I'm not going to include that. So again, $10 and you get about 2. So this is definitely a very difficult figure in terms of building an army of. I would suggest, no matter what quantity, if you can get them for $9 or less, pick it up, even if it's just a quantity of 1, because these figures are just so hard to come by. In terms of piecing together, however, you can get the torso for $1.28, the legs for $2.28, and the head for 50 cents, and then the helmet. So here's the problem. When I looked, there was no one in the US selling this helmet. However, in the past 2 months, there have been quantities of 10 to 20 sold for $3.94 each. So I'll round that up to $4. So about $4 for the helmet. So again, that's another thing. For this figure, you gotta just keep on checking into Bricklink, even every day if possible, and just see when the figure's helmet goes up, because that's the most expensive part. Everything else is found in the new Phase 2 Clone Trooper, or new Phase 1 Clone Trooper, so it's not too rare. The only part is that helmet, so keep on checking. But in terms of the calculations, about $8.06 for a piecing together the figure based on those prices. So definitely piecing together is the best way to go. However, here is what you can actually do that's even better if you want to build an army of these guys. What you can do is buy the Phase 1 clones, especially if you get these ones here, especially if you could get them in the battle pack. Because then, if you get the battle pack on sale, sell all the stuff off and just have your new Phase 1 clones, and then buy the helmet separately, because that is probably the better way to go. Even if you just buy a Phase 1 clone for $4, you can basically sell off the helmet, keep the rest of the figure, and then just buy the helmet separately. So you bought it for $4, you sold the helmet for $1.50, that leaves $2.50 for the rest of the figure, $2.50. Buy the helmet for $4, there you go, $6.50. You have a Phase 2 clone. So that would be the best way to go in terms of this figure. Piecing together is nice. Minifigure also is alright, depending on the price. But this way, buy the new Phase 1, and then just buy the helmet separately. And that is the best way to go for those figures. Definitely a very tough figure to get. But anyways, there is a look at that Phase 2 clone. Alright, but anyways, there you go. So there was a look at how to build a Clone Trooper army for the main 5 regular Clone Trooper variants for the most cost-effective way. Quick recap, the new Phase 2 Clone Trooper, definitely the route of buying the new Phase 1 and then the helmet separately is the best way to go. For the new Phase 1 Clone Trooper, the minifigure route, actually the set route is the best way to go. However, eventually, definitely the minifigure route probably will be the best. For the Clone Wars clone, piecing together is the best route to go, as he goes for $3.54. The old Phase 2 Clone Trooper, the best route would also be piecing it together. That's $2.48. And then the old Phase 1 Clone Trooper, buying the individual minifigure route would be the best way to go to build an army of that figure. So, thank you so much for watching. I definitely hope you found this video helpful in helping build up your Clone Trooper armies for the most cost-effective way. If you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up would be great. Don't forget to stay tuned and subscribe for more videos coming very soon. Also, let me know if this video does well. I can definitely do a part 2 for some of the other Phase 2 or other variants of the clones, including the Wolf Pack Troopers, 501st, True 12th, and so on. So if you found this video helpful, a thumbs up would be great, and let me know if you want to kind of see a part 2 with other versions of the clones. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is BrickWizard59, and I'll see you all next time.